I used to be a shy kid. I just sat in the back of the class and really wanted to disappear. But through many circumstances, Jesus had a plan for me to be seen. I'm Venetia, and I am a huge Justin Timberlake fan. I also love watching the Toronto Raptors, and in my downtime, I love baking and giving the treats away and seeing people smile. At 15, I was diagnosed with bone cancer. That's the same kind of cancer that Terry Fox had. It isolated me and my family quite a lot. The hospital became our world, really. I started treatments and it was very difficult, made me very sick. As I was getting better, I started out getting homeschooled, and then I was really happy to be able to return to school with everyone else, but I realized it wasn't really normal at all. I had helpers, I used wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, and braces during that time, and it was just a very different experience. My teenage life was really all about the hospital, school, and physiotherapy. I was very thankful that I had a lot of people praying for me at the time, but one of the common themes was that they felt I'd be sharing my story to many. Being a shy kid, it really made me upset when people would keep saying that because I really didn't want people to know my story. I just wanted to be normal. So after graduation, I went to the University of Toronto, and I did really well and felt like I was fitting in. And I started second year with this scary professor's class. He didn't like noise at all, and that's when this cough started. I was really scared that he was going to yell at me for the noise, but I managed to stifle it and get away, but the cough never stopped. I was eventually diagnosed with lung cancer, and this time it was really difficult for me because I knew the path that I was going to be on. Not only that, the survival rate was very low, and actually they didn't have much hope for me at all. My doctor had this clinical trial going for another drug for actually other kinds of cancers, and he just needed more people in the trial. So I started that trial, and then against all odds, that's when the tumor started shrinking. I went from no hope to full recovery. They were able to shrink my tumor, do surgery on my lungs that they normally don't do for most people. I survived it, I went back to school, and I was doing well. Through this journey, I've gotten some exciting experiences, and one of them was that I got to meet Justin Timberlake. He heard my story and he wanted to meet me, and it was really great to share everything that I've been through with him. Through that experience, I just felt God telling me that if someone like JT really cared about your story, the rest of the world will too, and that I really needed to share it. To me, my life feels like when I'm baking. You have to get all the ingredients, have to shake it and stir it, have to put it through the heat, refine it, and it all rises to the top, and I'm a completely different person. I'm open, I'm a people person, I love spending time with my friends, and I felt like that's what God did in my life. If you look at the shy kid that I was growing up to who I am now, you can see that God worked in my life in radical ways. I get to connect with other cancer patients and survivors, parents of cancer patients, and I get to really bond and create the support network, get to pray for them, and then again in other ways I get to talk to bigger crowds for awareness and just to share hope. And honestly, even though I'm sharing part of my story, it's God's story that I'm really sharing. Thankfully, I was able to graduate and get a good job in Toronto, and but more than that, I'm able to share my story for other people like me because I'm just one standing for thousands of people